throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.
Welcome back to 1 a.m. Pod, man. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here today by RB Mo and Jelani. Fellas, how y'all doing?
And doing well, man. You know, another day, another dollar.
You know what's messed up about that saying?
What's up?
What if a day goes by and you don't get any money? And it's just another day.
Hey, man. So you got to think about it. Richness is in the mind, my brother. So you got to think, hey, sometimes you got to take on the mental dollars. You feel me? Did you gain wealth today within your mind?
My third eye is open. I see where you're coming from.
I need like a button on like the soundboard, like a for sure. What do I want to say? I wanted to say to Jelani's point, to a more serious kind of pivot. The Rondell Moore situation. There was Jason, what's his name? Jason, the guy who be doing the Jason Wilson. So he did a thing on it, right? And he was just saying like, you know, all these young successful men are taking their own lives, ending their own lives and stuff. And he's like, who are you if you take away the money, the fame, and you know, all the applause from you know, being a football player and an athlete? Who are you? And the more you sit with yourself and you think of that, the dots just get louder and louder, and you feel more alone and isolated than ever. So, like, with that, another day, another dollar. What if a day goes by and you don't get a dollar? A lot of people might question themselves and their existence. It's a real thing. So, if a day went by, and speaking specifically to the men, because we're the ones with the weight of being a supporter, or not a supporter, but a leader, everything, like a provider. That's the word. We shoulder the responsibilities of being leaders, of being providers. If you ain't make a dollar today, it ain't a day wasted. You are still worthy of living. Why? Because you have breath in your lungs. Unless you committed some heinous crime against women, then that's debatable on whether your life matters or not. But everybody else, you know what I mean? Or children, you know what I mean? Everybody else, you are worthy of living.
I mean, if you do a heinous crime in general, I think, you know.
Heinous crimes in general. There it is.
No, certain heinous crimes are permissible. Not against women.
I was thinking that. I was like, okay, so say like not permissible, but forgivable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could be like, oh yeah, my mind was messed up. I was on drugs. You know what I mean?
You remember the movie John Q?
I've never seen it though.
Yeah, but that's not a heinous crime. He held them hostage. He didn't actually hurt nobody.
I mean, that's still like, I understand that his son needed. For those who've never seen John Q, it's a Denzel Washington movie. His son has like a heart attack or something like that. He had like some sort of argument with the hospital basically, and he ends up like holding them hostage to, you know, for his son to be able to get care or whatever. But like, if I work at the hospital that day, I understand that your son has issues, but I still want to go home. You know, when I get off my shift, I don't appreciate you holding me hostage right now, you know?
But silly, that's what I was saying. That's not heinous. Like, when I think heinous, I'm thinking like, you know, unaliving and grape, you know, stuff like that. That's heinous.
So you're not thinking of like scamming, robbing a bank?
Nah, that's not heinous. What's the definition of a heinous? Let's start there.
Because I'm like, because
scamming low key is kind of heinous.
That's heinous, bro. Like, because like I remember one time, like my mom was at work, right, and like somebody stole her purse, and then they stole her purse, and then they like went and then ran up the car, bro. Like they bought a TV, they bought a so-and-so, like they ran up her car, dog. It ruined my mom's life for like a week or two, bro. And then if we had credit recovery, but then she had to get a new license, a new this, a new that. Like, it took a long time to recover from that just by them stealing her purse. It was like 2005, bro. So it wasn't even half the stuff that is put in place now. Because nowadays you can lose your stuff. You can call the bank and say, shut it down. It wasn't like that in 2005, bro. Like the internet was still like a new thing. So,
but that's not heinous though. Heinous is shockingly,
but it like ruined someone else's life.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm saying heinous. Like, if we're just talking about crime, you know, that's crime. But I'm saying you talking about heinous, shockingly evil. Like that's not shockingly evil. Like nobody finna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. You feel me? Like
That's exactly how my mom was.
I mean, to your mom, it sucks. Like, but I'm saying, like, and I hate that for her, but in the bigger scheme of things, like, she was okay.
What'd you say, Jelani?
I kind of get what you're saying, but like, I don't know. I guess like it's varying degrees of heinous because I do think stealing like an old lady's purse is kind of messed up. I mean, not. I'm not calling Rashad's mom old. I'm saying like, just in general, an old lady like stealing an old lady's purse would be messed up. But at the same time, that's not the same thing as like doing some, you know, what they was doing in them files. It's not the same as that. Like that's another level of
That's heinous.
I'm gonna make up a word. That's another level of heinousity right there.
No, that is heinous. That's shockingly evil. Like there's crime and then there's heinous crimes. Like that's why I say, like, if you're saying heinous crimes, it's like you doing something crazy. If you just talking about not all crime is heinous.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's definitely levels to certain crimes. You know what I mean?
I got one.
Okay.
Man and an otter. You know, you can put together the words. Is that heinous?
I don't.
Say it again.
Man, otter. And then you can put together the words.
Man. You kind of lost me with that one.
S in the middle. S in the middle. Goodness gracious.
No. I mean, yeah, that's.
Oh, I get what you. Okay.
But so yeah, I don't like. How is that like? Oh, I get it. You know, sometimes you just, you know, like tell me how that is okay. Explain to me a situation where it's okay.
Because you get much less time in the legal system with that as opposed to outright. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying it doesn't make it okay.
No, but I'm saying in the eyes of the law, it's seen as a lesser. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm talking about morally. If we talking about just like a man otter is not up there with touching a little kid.
It's up there, bro. Like you ended someone's life.
Bro, it's not the same. It's not. It's because it's different reasons why that might happen.
If you ended someone's life, bro.
No, but
sometimes there's a justifiable reason for doing it.
No. But I'm saying like with otter, a lot of times it might be like an accident because you were being reckless, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's an accident, then it's definitely. I mean, if you're being reckless, an accident and being reckless, I feel like it's two different things because
UGA, perfect example. The UGA football players.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's being reckless, but
that's heinous, bro. That's heinous, bro.
It's reckless. I'm not obviously
that's heinous, bro. If you driving, if you moving reckless like that, you are purposely knowing the risk you're taking, putting yourself and others' lives at risk. That is heinous. That's crazy. You crazy. 100%. Yes.
Yeah, it's messed up, but it's not the same as doing something to a little kid.
Is which way does your life end? Is your life going to end like this, being, like no? Well, that's right. Are you going to end up being some suit, or are you going, you know what I'm saying, do a windshield? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's messed up. Obviously, like it's definitely messed up. I'm not saying it's not, but it's like that's not the same as doing something to a youngin. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's definitely levels to it. You know, wild discussion to start the podcast.
Yeah, it's all messed up, man. But hey, shout out to Rondell Moore. Shout out to what was buddy name? Lil Papa.
Rest in peace, Lil Papa for sure.
Yeah, rest in peace to all them guys, man. You know, it's kind of crazy, man. I saw what is buddy name? He be with Steve Martin all the time. He's
Robert Williams.
nah,
Martin Short.
huh?
Martin Short.
Yes, his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, his daughter just did the same thing, man. I don't know what's going on in this world, man. I'm like, life is short enough as it is. Don't make it shorter.
I just think everybody, low key, I feel like no matter like how well your mental health might be, I feel like just because of the way like with our phones and everything going on, I feel like we all got like some sort of mental illness to a varying degree. And when I say that, I don't mean you're crazy or anything like that, but like I would just feel like it's hard, or it's kind of hard or impossible to go through, especially living in America, to go through life without having like some sort of trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, everybody just has their own thing that they're going through, and it's impossible to be in somebody else's brain, so I can't explain why other people do what they do. But yeah, like we all got some form of trauma that we're going through day to day.
What's your trauma, Jelani? You want to unpack?
Honestly, no. No, not at all. No, not at all. It's yeah, that'd be a different type of episode.
Nah, I feel it.
I think one of my joints, it ain't deep. It ain't like when I was 3, I was exposed to this. No, it's not like that. But it's like
8, I thought that I was gay.
Nah, it was just one of the kind of the like triggers for me always. Like I feel like the thing that kind of put that fire under me. And I was talking to Mo about this last night too. But you know what I'm saying? My breakup when I was 19, you know what I'm saying? Like that joint, it was like a turning, it was literally like a pivotal moment for me in my life. Like it used to be, and I'll say this one too, my other breakup when I was 18, which I kind of like initiated because I was like, at that time, I was like, okay, I could go one or two ways. It was a really, you know what I'm saying, good woman, who was down to be there in the long call with me, extremely supportive. But I knew that if I stayed with her, it was going to be either family or developing myself and, kind of pushing myself in my career in my 20s. And I recognized it then and there. And so I was at fork in the road, and I was like, I'm gonna go myself and career for my 20s, and then I'll figure the rest out later. And I thought about that a little bit as soon as I started to like accomplish some things that I was proud of and stuff. But the other one, the 19, that one was just like, dang, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, because I felt so blindsided by it. Like, I remember Mo was like, nah, I can't believe it. And then, my other friends were like, bro, for real? Like, I can't believe it. So I don't know. I think that was definitely like just 2 points of trauma to a lesser degree for sure than like, I guess, other stuff from like early childhood and everything like that.
Okay, so my bad, bro. You should say something?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, so if we talking about like lesser degree stuff like that, then I can definitely say, even though I am 30 years old and I hold nothing against the young lady, yeah, when I was a teenager, I definitely would say getting cheated on as a 16-year-old, definitely like it was like a gift and a curse, because it taught me a lot. It let me know like, okay, this is possible. This is a thing that can happen. Because I didn't even know there was like when you watch movies and stuff like that, you don't really see that happen that often, like in movies and TV shows. So like when it happened, it was like, oh, that's okay. Like we're you know what I mean? It's a real thing. So, but it wasn't, um, it was an eye opener. I'll put it like that. But shout out to that person. I appreciate you for opening my eyes to the way that the world really works.
No, facts. Like I think every man at some point kind of go through those moments with a young lady where things don't go the way you expect it, and it can it definitely shapes the way that you start to see things. And I know for myself, I think kind of some of my last previous situations, it's definitely made me a lot more reserved to where I'm like, I'm not as quick to, I'm more hesitant with women now, just in the sense of like before we even move on to a certain point, I'm like, I guess let me really see if I'm really feeling this. 'Cause I think for in some of these situations, I'm like, I don't think I was feeling it the way that I really thought I was. And then you end up kind of hurting someone. And because I went through that same hurt, I realized like I don't want to make nobody go through this, as opposed to like previously, I didn't really care, honestly. It wasn't like I don't think I was that bad of a person, but I know I wasn't really as mindful, So yeah, so I definitely get all that, man. It definitely shapes how you feel, how you see things. And I think the biggest thing though with all of our situations, and I was telling Rashad this. Well, I kind of mentioned it. I don't think I really went in depth with him, but I had told him that, God kind of, you dodged the bullet with that. And sometimes with relationships, it can feel like, man, this person, we had such a good connection, why didn't it work out? Why, like, what went wrong? But then, as I said, God, he will remove these people from your life and it's all for the greater good, like it's all for you to find what you ultimately need or for you to be who you ultimately need to be. Because sometimes staying in those certain situations can lead to stagnancy, or staying in those certain situations can lead to just unhappiness in the long run. But then, with time, people they be in a relationship so long, you start feeling like I can't leave, Like I know I was in a relationship for a long time that, I guess to be open and honest, I'm like, it was a long time me and my relationship was like, I should have been left this, And so now I have my mind is a lot more open to that, to when I talk with other people, I'll be like, man, if you feel like this ain't working, just end it, but it's like, well, I don't want to feel like I wasted time. But then it'd be like, man, you wasting more time. It's either waste more time and ultimately get to a point. Like I know somebody who just said that their parents just got divorced at like 70. Like, what you doing? It's you've been unhappy for a while now. You feel me?
Yeah, that marriage was probably really over when it was like 50.
Right. That marriage was probably over at like 30 something for real. But they had the kids, they had the house. It was like they had joint bank accounts. It's like it's cheaper to keep her, And then go ahead.
That's the thing that's scary, like that difference between like being like a real relationship versus like being married. That's like a whole nother level. Because like once you start talking about joint bank accounts and like 401ks and stuff like that, that's a different level of. I definitely feel like there's a lot of people that's married. That's the only reason why they still married is because they've been married for a long time. And it's like, I mean, we've been here this long, we might as well keep doing it. But like you said, you just end up. I'm seeing it a lot now, like where people is getting divorced and they like 50s and 60s and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, because it's like, shoot, ain't no point in staying unhappy, But I mean, and back in the women didn't have as much, autonomy and just be able to just move around the way they wanted to, So
yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, because really, like a lot of the last thing I'll say, crazy. I got a homegirl that her and her baby daddy, they live together. We talk all the time, and she's telling me constantly about how she's gonna leave him. She constantly cheats on him. Like she tells me about all her other dudes all the time. And she tells him like, yo, I'm finna move out, And he's like, oh, all right, if you say so, like I'm gonna move with you, Like he think it's a joke, but she's like, nah, like I'm really stacking up so I can get up out of here. Like I'm really about to leave you. And and it's interesting, like some of the issues that she talks about in the relationship is him being so just taking up a lot of the same traits that his dad had, where his dad was like, like let's say if mom cooked and it was some, it's like your wife cooked for you, you going to say it's something you never had before, you're going to at least try it. She put in the time and effort for it. You're going to be like, all right, I'm going to at least, take a bite of this and see how I like it. He'd be like, nah, I don't want to try it. I don't want to eat that. He's like, but my dad never ate none of my mom's food. And I'm like, and I don't think he understands how that probably like hurt his mom mentally, like his mom probably for years was just like, like, man. And it's like little stuff like that, the stubbornness that he developed. But he's like, my parents were together for like 40, like 30, 40 years or something like that. But then it's like also his dad had a baby on his mom, had like 2 babies on his mom. And but it's like, oh, they've been together this whole time, so they made it work. But it's like, just because people made it work doesn't mean it should have, I'm like 2026.
Do you think that dad was eating the other baby mama's food?
Nah, he was probably stubborn on that one too. He seemed like a stiff man.
Like that was a different era though. Like that, everything was different. I mean, I'm not to say that there's not still people having babies on each other now, but I just feel like before smartphones and like technology and stuff like that, where you could really track people down, it was a lot easier to be able to have like and back when people could actually make enough money to like have like a livable wage.
I had a very 2013 comment to make there, but I'm not gonna make it for the sake of like the pod.
Yeah, no, people can't afford to have 2 families, and it's too easy to track somebody down if they try to pull that off.
I think also we got to give credit. I'm gonna say it like this in a much more tasteful way. You have to give credit to progression and social progression and social awareness, because if you don't have somebody, rest in peace to the Reverend Jesse Jackson. If you don't have the Reverend Jesse Jackson telling you, I am somebody, I am black. If you don't have someone, if you're not listening to that, then who are you to believe that you are somebody, that you are this, that you might be poor, you might be on welfare, but I am somebody. Like, so for women, like you say, in the era of smartphones and the internet, and we have this at the touch of just 2 taps on our phone, and you can hear someone say, don't stay with that man, girl. If he treating you like this, it'll be a man that treats you like this, and you like, there will. I think that adds to a lot of it as well.
No, facts. And I think part of it is good, where, as I said, the example I just gave, most women in 2026 not going to go for that, but then it do be the opposite end of it, where
it goes both ways, and we want to say it goes both ways, Mo, before you continue.
Yeah, no, facts. But then it's like, people be looking at social media like, oh yeah, the grass is so much greener on the other side. These men be out here doing X, Y, and Z, or these women be doing X, Y, and Z, and they start to feel like, oh, I need to go try and find that.
Or but these women look like.
Exactly, But
your girl ain't gonna look like she on the cast of baddies. That's okay.
Right. No, facts, bro.
You don't want them anyway. They be fighting all the time. You want peace.
I ain't gonna lie. I think those women who be like IG baddies and stuff, beautiful women, but I've realized I'm like, that is just not my type. I want the hers, like, bro, I showed a girl in my job a picture of her, because she was like, she never really before. I was like, yeah, this is like my celebrity crush. She was like, she looked regular. I was like, yeah, I know. And I was just like, but it's like that's a girl that I feel like you can see just walking through like the store, through the mall or something. You're not finna just catch this girl out. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, but that's the thing, she has a natural beauty. That's what's beautiful about her. It doesn't feel like she did all this extra to be something else. It's just like a natural, just, you know, she is just her, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she bad though. I mean, I don't know. It's like it's so many. It's low key. It's like I guess it depends on where you live. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I guess in certain cities where there's more, like growing up, you know, Atlanta, like Metro Atlanta, that area. There's so many. It's like you don't really have to try that hard to eventually get a girl that's pretty, you know, like in Atlanta. Like if you even if you just have like a job, that's all you kind of need, and you don't even have to have a job a lot of the time. Like if you're in close proximity to, you know, women in some capacity, eventually I feel like if you're a young man in Atlanta, like you're gonna have a pretty girl. But it's varying degrees of what some dudes consider bad or not. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's different things that come with it. Like if you can handle it, then cool. But there's some guys that can't handle it. Like they can't. They're insecure about it. They see like guys liking their girl's picture, and you know what's crazy is like they'll see the girl that already has like 10,000 followers and gets a bunch of likes on their pictures, and they'll DM her and they'll get her, and then they expect guys to stop liking their picture after they get together.
Right.
Like this is like dudes are still gonna hit on her, dudes are still gonna like her picture, dudes are still gonna DM her. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready for that, then you should probably, you know, just let her go.
And the women don't even be posting thirst traps. Sometimes it just be like you say, Mo, they natural beauty. Like just because her is her don't mean that her don't have 100,000, a million people sliding in the. She got a million people sliding in the DMs too. You know, so it just is what it is because it's a million people like Mo. They're like the her types. Is a million people that like the, as we've seen with Baby King's release, the Momo board types. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, I mean, the game is a game, bro. Like it's a free for all. The market is the market, bro. It's a cold game, and yeah, man. I mean, it's free agency, bro. It's a transfer portal out here, bro. Constantly, 24/7. Even if you think you got someone committed, what they can hit the transfer portal at any second and take you to court if you want to fight them going to the transfer portal, like Buddy from Duke. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is.
Yeah, I don't even care right now. Like like it's just it's I feel like we say this every week. It's just it's wild out here.
No, facts.
So yeah, it's true on both ends. The women they might receive the information on the internet like, oh yeah, another man is gonna like, what the girls say, Bow Wow's ex, he got to make 45 to give me 45 to 50,000 a month to date me, and then and they say I'm not settling for anything less. I remember one. Then this was like before like everything really kicked off. This is like quarantine type deal. And I was talking to someone and we were trying to set up like, um just hanging out or whatever, meeting up because it was kind of long distance. And I was like, "Oh, just come down here, or I could come out to you." And they was like, "No, no, no, no. If we meet up, like I want to do something. Like let's go like to the beach. Let's go to Costa Rica or something." Mind you, we were both journalists, and like it's like you know what I'm saying. A couple years out of school. If you know what a journalist makes, a couple years out of school, it is like nothing, bro. It's a step above uh I guess a regular college job. Like that's how much you're getting paid in journalism when you first get out of school. And I was just like, with what money? And I'm supposed to pay for both of us. I'm supposed to pay for the cabin, the flights. Like, come on, like what? And this was like years before all of this stuff on well, I wouldn't say years, I'll say months before all of this stuff became like mainstream kind of propaganda on the timeline. So I say all of that to say a lot of women are expecting that and they get that from social media, and a lot of men are expecting like my girl should look like this, and girls who even look like that don't even look like that in real life. That's a whole nother, come on, man. We potting tonight, or we potting tonight, bro? Man, how do y'all feel about, the title of the thing is the Civic is not performative, it's art. uh J. Cole Civic, bro. I'm rocking with it, dog. Like I thought it was funny how literally I don't know if people just forgot and like we were talking about people's attention spans these days and stuff like that. But literally when Marathon Burger opened in LA, they had celebrities come at least once a week or once a month or something like that and come and serve up stuff at Marathon Burger. Like it was a thing, right? Like it was like a promotion thing. J. Cole does it, and it's all of a sudden a problem. They're like, oh, J. Cole is being fake performative. I'm like, bro, literally every celebrity was doing this for the first couple months, and you guys were like, oh, we love to see him stepping for Nip, supporting the black community. And now they just turn because it's J. Cole. Go ahead, Mo. You seem like you wanted to say something to that.
Oh, nah, I didn't.
That was it. It was just like everybody on J. Cole being performative. He's just doing literally what everybody has been doing. But when it's J. Cole, it's a problem. I don't like that. I got to leave. I feel like J. Cole is an easy target because of the what you call, what was it? The apology, and B, because he biracial. And at the end of the day, bro, like I gotta leave J. Cole alone, bro. J. Cole just doing what everybody else been doing for the past year at the Marathon Burger.
I think what you finna say, Giovanni?
No, you go, bro.
I was gonna say, I think also, I mean, J. Cole does go out of his way to be like, I'm one of y'all, And I think that's where some people start to feel like you are they feel it's performative because in their mind you're not one of us, You're a multi-millionaire that that sells millions of records and he trying to be like, nah, I'm still relatable, I'm still I still ride my bike through the city, just because I got this money doesn't make me any different. That's where he trying to like put on and put out there essentially. But I think, as I said, for a lot of people is that disconnect where they feel, I mean, you got money, bro. We're not in the same tax bracket, so how can you feel? I don't feel we are relatable, So I just think it's just an inner thing. But people just hate on other people with money. Like people just get upset about that, and I think that's why they love to hate him. I do feel like the stuff you listed makes him an easy target as well. But I think also the fact that, as I said, he's a rich man that's like, I'm just like y'all, And most celebrities, they're like, I'm a person, but I'm a rich person. J. Cole be like, I ain't really got no money like that. You feel me? Like, I ain't really, that's how he kind of gives off, like riding around in the Honda Civic. Like, so look, I'm still getting to my roots, man. So I think that's where people feel like it feels performative,
Yeah, I just think people are overanalyzing it. I just look at the Honda Civic and him selling the CDs. I just look at it as like a promotional thing, and I think it's a creative way to do promotion for the album versus going to the Breakfast Club or whatever morning show. Like I just think that era, like as far as the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, they kind of passed. Like I said, doing the Breakfast Club and the traditional rollout and all that, they kind of got their own ways that they could, promote their album, and they still going to do a few 100,000, first week every time. So it's just something creative to do. It ties in with his early career, with this being his quote unquote last album. This is not going to be his last album, but his supposed last album. So yeah, I like it. I think it's creative promotion.
I mean. I think if anything, like what Mo was saying at the beginning of like he goes out his way to be relatable. I think about it way before any of this, bro. I think this was like the first kind of maybe sign of it. No. First time was probably Friday Night Lights when he said, "Hey, J. Cole, homie," which was one of my favorite kind of back and forth ever, which is weird. It's random, but it is. "Hey, J. Cole, homie, can you sign my broke CD? Brother, please. An album $10. You act like it's 10 G's. This food for thought costs the same as 2 number 3. So at ease with that broke. We all trying to get $1, boy." No, like that part right there, that was like the first sign. And that was early. about 2010, 2011. The second one, after he did all the chains and the Versace producing had on me, was that dang truly yours too. When he said, if this next album flop, it's back to the post office for both of us. Come on, man. He talking about us saying that's a real positive. I'm saying, bro, J. Cole, bro, he had Nobody's Perfect. He had Another Weird Thing. Workout. What's his song called? Workout. He had multiple. Who that? He had multiple commercial hits. If he made another hit record or sold another record for the rest of his life, off of those 3 songs alone, he could do old head tours for the rest of his life. That was the first time where I was like, all right, bro, like you pushing it right now, bro. And then it just kind of got worse and worse. But however, he's been consistent with it, and it's been his thing the whole career. I think, like Mo said, at the end of the day, bro, like from me introducing it and saying, yo, leave J. Cole alone, it's not performative. That's one thing, right? That's one perspective. But from who am I to tell someone who's hungry? Who am I to tell someone whose life's about to get, it's Friday, they ain't get no check because they unemployment just ran out. Who am I to tell someone who's in a position of, I need money, I do not have money, I'm in a sink or swim situation, and I'm on the brink, missing one paycheck away from like my entire life being drastically different. Who am I to tell that person to not be mad at this millionaire cosplaying like he's one of you?
But is he really? Is he cosplaying? Like I don't think he's. I think he's been in that position before, and he understands that there's people that's still in that position, and he tries through his music to relate to those people that's been in that position or that's still currently in that position right now. But I don't feel like he's, because I feel like he touches on both. Like he has lines where he speaks about having certain things. It's just not, he not doing it in a way where it's super flashy, like, you know, he got the jewelry on and all that, but he has lines where he talks about, you know, he got the money, but he just makes those songs. It's not, and I'm not comparing him as rappers at all, like, because I know how people act, but like Tupac would do the same thing where Tupac would have songs where he's talking about he got the jewelry and the Rolex and the Mercedes and he got the girls and all that, but then he would also have the songs where he's talking about people in the struggle, and you know what I'm saying, you know, I don't know. I feel like you should be able to do both. I don't think he's cosplaying a broke person.
I think the thing is with Tupac and most of the celebrities, they're all like a YG. You know, people know YG is rich, but you also like the gangsters in LA, they relate to YG. They know he's just like us. He's the rich homie, you know? But it's like because he doesn't ever have that. It's like he let it be known, but it's like I'm still like y'all. I'm just like I got money though, and that's why I feel like a lot of like celebrities, they are like that, where you do relate to them because they are like an everyday person, but it's clear they got money. J. Cole, the way he moves, the way he looks, you know, a lot of times it's more like I ain't really got nothing. You feel me? You know, I probably got $200 in my bank account right now. You feel me? That's the energy.
You listen to hip hop, my boy?
Right. You know, you know, that's the energy he gives off. So that's why, you know, I'm a big J. Cole fan. So like, you know, I feel nothing wrong with it. But that's why I say I think, you know, that's the difference between him and like a lot of artists. Because even you mentioned Tupac, but Tupac used to still go put that on. You feel me? Like J. Cole never puts it on. Every time you see J. Cole in the fit, you like, what does he have on? You know, I've never seen him in a fly fit a day in my life. I haven't seen him in a fly, since like 2011 for real. You know?
Nah, he be kind of, the thing about it is like it's like his type of, it's like basketball player type fly. Like he be wearing like it'd be like designer basketball shorts, and you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what's crazy? Because I think French Montana had that fit on too. I wonder if they all had like the same stylist or how that happened, because Versace has a lot of stuff to pick from. Like the odds of all of them having the same sweater is kind of crazy.
No, facts.
At the same award show too.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
No, but you know, J. Cole be getting his like college basketball player swag on. Like, you know, I respect it for what it is.
So look, no, J. Cole swag is like my player without no VC.
I feel like he got a little bit of VC.
Hey, no. The Hornet starter jacket at the All-Star game was hard. Like J. Cole, like I'm with Jelani. It's like a
bro.
Okay,
Show me.
Okay,
show me
I'll say it like
other-
this. I'll say it like this. J. Cole is college kickback fly.
That's hilarious.
I show me 2 other fits that you was like, okay, he had that on. Like, I'm like legit. If you can show me 2 other fits, bro, because I'll give you that one All-Star little starter jacket that was hard.
I wouldn't describe it as fly. It's just it's like it's like it's, you know, you keep a good shoe, a good sweat jacket, some sweats, some sweat shorts.
Bro, his shoes don't
Keep
be
it simple.
hitting on nothing, bro. Every time I look at a photo of J. Cole, I'll be like, bro, what? So like he be having like, okay, it's cool. So as you said, college kickback fly, like where it's like, all right, I'm going to a little kickback tonight, finna chill. But that's what I'm saying. This man got multi-millions. You know, it's like, bro, those are, yeah. We're not even gonna talk about that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just say he don't ever step out to show. I think, as I said, that's the thing. He keeps it so humble that some people feel like, bro, you know, you not. That's not really. That's why they feel it's performative. You want people to look at you in a certain light, you know. And even though it's like, bro, you way up here, my boy, you know. And so that's why I feel they feel that way. But as I said, I don't mind it. I don't, you know. As I said, it fits. From what I usually see, I'll be like, what this man got on, you know? But I mean, this is a cool fit. Like, I wonder what the shoes look like. He probably got the socks tucked, you know. His shoes are trash, though. Like, no offense, but those shoes you just put on, bro, his own line, those ain't it.
You know what happened? I think he had an error when he like when he first started to switch the swag up, like after the whole Versace sweater thing, where I think he just went all the way to the left, where he was just like, yo, I'm just rocking white tees and sweats, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he had that era, and so maybe back then the fits wasn't as, you know what I'm saying, but you know, he'd be wearing, like I said, it'd be like designer sweatpants, designer, you know, jacket, stuff like that. It's just like more low-key type of stuff.
Yeah, I ain't gonna like this one. I ain't gonna like this one. Did he get that from Childish Gambino?
No.
Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino was a fashion dude, right? And then he did the Because the Internet character, where he wore the same stuff. And ever since then, Childish Gambino was pretty much a minimalist for the rest of his career. That was 2013. Cole didn't do this until 2014. That's when he started switching it up.
Bro, Jake, you can pull up mad like red carpet looks with this man like dressing up. And I'm talking about Childish. You can't find a picture of J. Cole on a red carpet dressed up since about 2013, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, since about 2013. So was that like GQ? So he had one. GQ. So one dress up. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can pull up a whole collage.
And he got sneakers on right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, pull up with Childish Gambino, bro. Like,
no, Childish Gambino be wearing suits and stuff like that.
This is a video. Like,
no, it's different. Come on, a wedding.
Yeah, that's fine.
I really I was just trying to laugh. It was just funny seeing like J. Cole in the suit.
Yeah, nah. No, I don't think he got that from. That's no. I don't know. But it. Yeah, that's a throwback right there.
If I said about 2013, 2014.
This is when he used to care about the Grammys.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Once he grew the hair out, he was like, it's over with for that.
Dang, man. Shout out Cole. But yeah, man. I don't know. It was just something I saw like, and I was like, dang, man, folks just piling up on J. Cole, bro. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, no, I didn't understand why he was getting so much flack about that. Like, I didn't really think he was. I didn't think it was clearly something else for promotion. People were making it more than what it needed to be. You know,
He did it for 2014 too. Like, I would get it if this was the first time he's ever done this for an album rollout. But he pretty much did the same thing for 2014. I don't know if he drove in the Civic for 2014, but he was just pulling up to people's houses and, yo, Atlanta, I'm outside. I'm at Atlantic Station. Pull up. Like, he was doing that like for the whole 2014 rollout.
Right. Yo, random question. Do you think Kaepernick feels like it was worth it?
I mean, I don't have a clue. I mean, but he made a lot of money off of it in the long run. It wasn't like he stood up for what he believed in at the time, or I don't know if he still does, but I mean, yeah, he stood up for what he believed in. I know he ended up having like a financial settlement with the league eventually over what happened, and I know they had like those jerseys that he made, like the that he was selling too. So he got a bag. I feel like he's probably more famous than he would have been if he was just the quarterback for the 49ers for a few more years and then became a backup eventually. So,
but the reason
I think.
oh,
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I want to interject first. I think Kaepernick would have made more money as a quarterback just because NFL money is like that's hard to kind of, you know what I mean? So like say because he's still in his 30s, so he would still be like that was 10 years ago. So he would still be a backup on somebody's roster right now. So yeah, the money from NFL probably would have outweighed it. However, I think it's like something like what Jelani was saying, legacy. I think his legacy and impact is much greater now. And if he was going kind of legacy, impact, kind of name, status, all that stuff, like what are people going to remember you for? He's definitely left a mark way over the money he would have gotten if he would have just stayed a quarterback. So, I mean, it really depends on what he values. If he values like football over everything else, then yeah, you should have just shut up and dribbled. But like the conversation he started and the movement he started, even if it only lasted for a couple of months, it still happened. And to get people's attention and to get people talking about anything, any one thing for longer than 2 weeks in this time, in this day and age, I think is a win.
Now, I think definitely he has a lasting impact and his legacy is solidified. But I ask, for him personally, because with him trying to get back into the league for so long, I think the man loved football, and so that for that to be taken away, that's why I ask that, because it's like, and especially in the grander scheme of things, it's like, as you said, he definitely had the conversation started, and and he definitely has an impact. But then, as some will say, Rock Nation came in, hey, and they say they kind of sabotaged the whole situation, and now it's just looked at as like such a distant memory. And
yo, Jay-Z saying we kneel, now what? What do we do after the kneeling? Is crazy. I forgot all about that. And it's crazy because he was cosplaying, like you talk about cosplaying. Jay-Z, bruh. But hey, look, them Rock Nation, I already hear Oh, so hey, let me be quiet. Hey, shout out, hey, it's right, hey.
Right. Nah, but that's what I'm saying. You know, that's why I wonder for him, like every day, how does he realistically? Because of course he'll never say it publicly. Never will say it publicly because you can't. You know, that's like Martin Luther King going to jail and being like, maybe we shouldn't have marched that time. You feel me? Like everybody be like, whoa, you bugging what? But it's, you know, with Kaepernick, I wonder how does he feel waking up each day? Like, does he feel like was it really all worth it for you to lose the thing that you love the most, in a sense, you know? But I mean, hey, you know, shout out to him. He has a legacy, you know? But yeah.
Yeah, no, it probably did suck to have to give up your dream, something that you've been working hard for your whole life, in order to stand up. It's a lot easier said than probably done from his perspective. Like I could sit here and say like, yeah, he has a legacy and all that, but if you've been dreaming of being a football player since you was a kid and then you do it and you have he was kind of, by the time he got to his last years, like he wasn't as good as he was his first couple years as a starter, but I mean his first couple years as a starter, like they went to the Super Bowl. He had a couple. I'm pretty sure he went to a couple Pro Bowls too. Like he was a real good quarterback at one point. So yeah, it definitely was probably real difficult behind the scenes. But like, I don't know how old is Kaepernick right now.
I think him and Cam Newton are both like still like playable age, which is the craziest part. But I wanted to say, like, buddy, like, if I really wanted to play football, 38. Dang, there he is. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? If you really want to play football, this is what I'm saying. And this gonna sound a bit maggot-ish. At the age, like about say 3-4 years in no football still. Yeah, I would have just took one of them offers, go USFL, AFL. I would have took one of those offers. If I love football that much and I just miss being around a team and I'm tired of throwing. I done threw in Atlanta. I done went on remember he went on a throwing tour with Quincy Carter and all that? Like, man, I did all that and y'all still, you know what I'm saying, playing with me. Like the only thing was like Pittsburgh called me in. The NFL hosted like tryouts that didn't go well, and because y'all tried to like swindle the tryout. Y'all said no cameras can be there, so people can't see that I did well and stuff. If they still playing with me after all of that, I'm gonna just go play in the USFL, bro, or the AFL, or like one of these other leagues, just to get that football bone out of my system. If I miss football that much, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, no, I did think at some point that he was going to take one of those offers, because once he got the settlement with the league, you kind of knew at that point that it wasn't. Once he got the settlement, they wasn't going to let him back in the league. So at that point, but the thing about it is that, let's say like he went to one of those leagues and he balled out, I think eventually they would have signed him as a backup.
I mean, I think that would have gave him the ammunition that he needed to say, hey, I am still good enough. Instead of, as you said, you can have these workouts where you bring your own cameras and everything, and they're going to say, oh, you're manipulating it, And then, as you said, if you go to the actual workouts and then they don't allow the cameras, then they can manipulate it and say, oh, he wasn't actually all that good. But then if you just go to a league and just dominate it, it'll be like, okay, you can't tell me he's not better than, X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks. And I agree. Like, I thought he would have definitely took an offer somewhere, because you said the man got a settlement and then was just like, I'm still trying to play, though. It's like, bro, I've never seen somebody sue a company and then you go back to work like nothing happened, But hey, man, shout out to him. As I said, he made his mark, and so I was just curious. That thought just came to my head when I saw the picture of him. Cause I was like, man, I wonder yeah, what goes through his head on, because even, you know, I know it's still like tears him up, because you saw his girlfriend, Nessa, you know, recently said something about it. And that's what showed me is like, okay, this ain't, y'all still not over this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because he was so if he's 38 now, he's like 29, 30 when that you know when he first started doing the kneeling back then. So I mean, I don't know if that was 10 years ago. So yeah, if he was 38, he was like 28 back then. Yeah, he was still in the prime of his career, and it's still wild how that played out. I remember the next season, like Jerry Jones, when like the Cowboys, when their whole team kneeled on the, it was weird, bro. You had different teams. I was like, we're gonna kneel. You had other teams that was like, we're not gonna kneel. That was a weird time.
No, Jerry Jones kneeled and then looked at the camera and started smiling, bro. Like, look, I did something good. Like, that was the craziest part, bro. Like, yeah, it was a team. I don't even know if teams really be out on the field anymore for the national anthem now because of that. Like I said, like
Yeah,
my boy internet drop.
yeah,
the
no,
NBA. All right, we back, bro. One of the dudes in the 6-man section for the Hawks, he left the 6-man section because the Hawks was linking their arms during the national anthem.
Mhm.
It was a
And he
white
said,
dude.
I'm not going for that woke crap.
That's hilarious. A team
So,
full
I
of
mean,
black players.
it got deep. It got deep. I say all that to say it got deep.
No, facts. Yeah.
If you was mixed, like what type of mixed person would you be? Would you be like the mixed type of person like these two to make like be so pro black that people forget that you mix?
I mean, I guess I've never really thought about it. I guess it's really just how you grow up, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't. Maybe I would be like the type that like, you know, we're gonna be one of those families where like, you know, I'm the first. You know, I'm light skinned, but like both my parents are black. But like hypothetically, I could like have like a even though I don't date white women, like hypothetically, if I did, my baby would be super light skinned, and then the next baby, if they had a baby with a light skin, their next baby would be basically white, and then like three
I was
generations.
just talking about this to Mo, bruh. I was
Yeah,
just talking about this to Mo, bruh. You ain't even
no,
got to be light skinned to start that. Man, come
no, that
on,
is
man.
crazy. Yeah, that's true.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This picture changed my whole life. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
I
about it. This
feel like I
picture
know
right
who
here.
you gonna pull up.
You already know the picture I'm pulling up, man. Come on, dog. This picture changed my whole life, dog.
Oh, that
When I
wasn't
seen this, I said, "Oh man, come on, bro. Hold on, man."
I mean, they produced a legend though.
They produced a legend. They produced a legend. But you have one generation, a legend, and then the next generation.
Yeah, that's you know, I'm not gonna disrespect
Oh,
them, but
going
that's
in 2 generations. Oh man, when I seen that, I
no,
said,
that
"Oh,
is crazy to think
hey,
about.
it's a serious decision you making. It's a serious decision you making." Hey, and salute to all my family members. You know what I'm saying, swirling in that pearling. You know what I mean. So salute to all my white cousins in laws and stuff like that. Salute to all my white aunties in laws. You know, salute. This is the reality of the situation. If you go a certain way to put a particular thing.
This how Halsey look.
Hey, does Halsey sing "I Need Your Love"?
No, that's Ellie Goulding.
I thought so. I thought so when I said it. Yo, man, but looking like Logic, bro. It's crazy because Logic was just like, I don't know if you guys ever heard the track of Logic and J. Cole when J. Cole was on the album. Because he was on the album that everybody was just like ended Logic for, like everybody.
Mhm.
And you know, he's like Logic, the entire album, the reason why everybody kind of like tuned him out, because the entire album with everybody was, as it says, everybody, talking about all the races. So he's really just rapping about being mixed the whole album and how all the races should come together. And so on one of the tracks, he's rapping about, kind of his struggle and racial identity battle that he has internally. And then J. Cole comes on, and J. Cole gives like a little verse at the end, and he's saying, "Forget what the people think. Be who you are. You a king. And logic, you with all of the thing. Bottles on the like a logic event. You ain't black. You ain't white. You just a man on the same of the prime." And it was like J. Cole was like, "I can identify you, my mixed brother, but I don't make being mixed my whole personality."
Right.
And I don't think Logic really listened to that advice. He didn't really listen to that advice, but it is funny how differently like Logic is received as opposed to Drake or a J. Cole or a Colin Kaepernick.
Right. I mean, I think the rest of them, is clear that they're black. Logic, you would just think he's a white rapper.
I think Logic also appealed to like the white college crowd during his mixtape era.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Logic, he kind of got the short end of the stick as far as like the appearing of like J. Cole looks like a black man, even though he's mixed. Like J. Cole is clearly black. Logic would have to, like, if you didn't know Logic and he said the N-word to you, you would question it. At bare minimum, you would question it. You'd be like, "Yo, are you black?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he probably felt the need more to let people know, like, "Nah, I do have black in me."
Babytron doesn't face this problem though. Like he just raps.
I don't think Baby Tron uses the N-word though, does he?
That's a good question.
And I think Baby Tron is just straight up white. I don't think he's
Nah, Babytron black.
Are we sure?
Yeah. I just seen him on Empire, his label. They just posted him in a lineup of artists, and they said these artists are making Black history.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard him use the N-word though.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
Because he had the thing about it is that he had the bowl cut when he first came out.
Yeah. And then he just grew his hair out like straight. Okay, see, yeah, here's a picture of Babytron and his dad.
Is that a black man?
Yeah, that dude black.
Bro, I don't know if that's a black man, bro.
I need your love. Shout out Eli Golden, man. Yeah, that's his. No, that is. Yeah, that's his dad. That is a black man, bro. He look kind of. I ain't gonna lie, he do. Yeah, he do look kind of white, but he look black too. He looked like a black man that watched the Detroit Lions.
I mean, it's possible. Detroit is one of those places where you'll have some very black white people. If that
I mean,
makes sense.
but he said it on No Jumper when he first came out. He was like, "I'm black." He's like, "I'm mixed."
Okay, for sure.
Man, R.I.P. to No Jumper, man.
No Jumper is. Do they still do that?
Yo, on the radar, bro. That new cipher that I was playing before we. Woo! Who said that? It was Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn said, "My friend just got popped. I ain't going on no jumper." I said, "Ooh!" No boys was rapping. Oh man, that got me. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it, Mo. You listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, I heard it.
What you think, bro?
Yeah, no, they was snapping. I thought it was dope how they got like, the whole new generation of lyricists all together to make this cipher. I thought it was pretty dope.
Well, what did you think of what you heard so far, Jelani?
I didn't watch it. I heard about it. I saw people talking about it or whatever. But I just think the concept is dope as far as, we don't really have like Rap City and stuff like that nowadays. So I feel like a lot of rap discourse now don't really have a lot to do with the music. So anytime when people is just showcasing the music, I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? To see like rappers actually rap.
These dudes snap, bro. Like, and it's funny because most of them from the South too. That's the funniest part.
No, facts. I was honestly surprised to see Lil Reezy on there, and I was also surprised to see Ray Vaughn on there.
I was surprised to see Ray Vaughn on there because he's older, and then B, because he's on TE.
Yeah, facts. That's why I was surprised, because I thought Ray Vaughn was, you would kind of think he's in a little bit of a higher like tier in a sense, but then the realization came, it's like, nah, he's about at the same level as most of them dudes.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, what surprises you about Reezy? Did you think like he had kind of like he was kind of like maybe on his way to that level?
Yeah, I didn't think that he was that known yet, because I mean he doesn't have no songs with none of these people.
Yeah, you're right. But that Kendrick cosign took to the moon.
Nah, facts. I definitely think he deserved to be there. I just didn't know that.
Yeah. No. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Because
But-
I just, well, my bad.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because a lot of these dudes, they all have songs together. So it's like they all recognize like we're all in this kind of tier together. You feel me? And then so I didn't know that they recognized Lil Reezy yet.
Yeah, these three went to Cobb County high schools, which I thought was funny. Like, Cobb really runs stuff for real. We want to talk about it for real. Nassan don't consider himself an Atlanta rapper though, which is fair. I mean, his father was like a Shady Records artist. Rest in peace to his father, Proof. So I get him claiming Detroit, but he is Cobb County product. He went to Pebblebrook with Lil Yachty, bro. Yeah, and then these two went to Wheeler. I think they both went to Wheeler.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel with Chris Patrick, ever since his moment last year, you could just see, it's like, I've never seen something just restart somebody's career the way that moment on Mafia-thon.
Yeah, it's crazy because Marco Plus had a crazy freestyle on there too. And it kind of went, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of had a buzz. But Chris Patrick's was just like people was talking about that months after the freestyle.
No, facts. And I feel also with it, it felt like an energy of when he went on to Mafia-thon. I don't know for sure, but just off of like his demeanor and then what they were talking about. Like I know I saw, what's his name, Suave had tweeted out like, man, if y'all knew what Chris been going through the last few months or whatever.
I remember that.
Y'all would be like, I'm just so happy for him, this and the other. And it just feels like everything just shifted. You can feel like, man, things were down. I don't know. I don't even know if I should still be doing the rap stuff type stuff. That's the energy it kind of gave for a second. And then that moment happened.
Yeah, when I discovered Chris Patrick, just to give you guys background, like a few years ago and stuff like that, when he was rapping with Marco Plus and stuff like that, that's another thing. That's a rant I'll go on after this whole thing. But he was working part-time at Best Buy. Like when I discovered him, like he was already, and he's not from Atlanta. So it's not like it was my friend or something like that, like which can be the case for like Suave and stuff like that and Nassan. But like, I found out about Ben later on in life. And then I was like, oh, you from Cobb? We got mutual friends? Like, cause he cool with Tally. But yeah, it was just someone that I knew. He had a buzz. He had 20,000 plays on his, and he was working at Best Buy. I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to find out later on in life.
No, facts. Yeah, but shout out to them. That it was really dope to see, as I said, this new age of lyricists really really get their credit. The only person I'm missing was what's her name?
Yeah, I was about to say it was a couple girls that definitely could have been on the list.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to do this for all dudes, and then you could do a list of all girls, that would have worked. Kelly Moonstone, Sally Mata,
the biggest one of them all.
Who you talking about? Win?
No,
the white girl.
No, the light skin girl. I just know her name right now. She got the song with
Maya Dawn.
She got the song with Overcast.
Oh, Samara Sin.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
Well,
I think
Samara saying I think she like above this. Like, I mean, hey, respectfully. Samara Saint got a song with Larizi.
oh really I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a song. It's called You Feel Me. She came down to like New Orleans, filmed the video, everything.
Yeah, but I think Samara Sin is kind of because it was crazy. I was watching like a commercial for like FaceTime or something like that. And I think
Yeah, yep, Foggy Raw was in those too. Shout out Foggy Raw, he who just released an album tonight. That's the person who I texted by the way before the episode because we're an hour in. I feel like he ain't on. It was Foggy Raw. Foggy Raw just and his album. He got Alicia Keys, John Legend, Ari Lennox, Larry June, Caribou. They all on the album. So shout out to Foggy for sure.
Hey, shout out to him. But yeah, I guess Samara Sin is kind of a level above it, but I still think it would have been dope to have her in here. Cause I think it would just kind of giving light to. I think all these people are right on that brink of being right there, but at the same time, Samara Sin is like pretty much like the step below Smino, you know, and these guys are like 2 steps below Smino, you know, but they're all like so many of these dudes are like Smino's like children, bro. I be listening to so much. I think not these dudes in particular, not all of them. I think a couple of them, like I listen to some of their music and I'll be like, I can hear the Smino influence. But it's so many artists these days, bro. I'll be just going through, especially when I'm on SoundCloud, and you just letting songs play, and then it just be and I'll be like, is this Smino? No, this one not him. Okay, you know, but I hear that a lot with a lot of these artists. Just the way he raps, his kind of how he pitch his voice up a little bit when he raps and stuff. Like his cadence is very prevalent, you know. So
I feel like Kendrick is kind of like, I don't know, maybe I don't really listen to Smino like that, so I can't really say. But I feel like there's a lot of people that sound like the JID. I don't know. I feel like they all they sound more similar to Kendrick to me. Like,
Yeah, I know Ben, Suave in particular, they get compared a lot to like Kendrick and Baby Keem. They always have. And Ben was rapping about that a lot on his last album. And so did Suave on No Deluxe. How they were just like, stop telling me I sound like like Ben just straight up said, I don't sound ish like nobody. Like I rapped about my life and that was it. And yeah, so they don't like that, but they are kind of under that wheelhouse. But it was like that with Suave for years, bro. Like Suave was sounding like that in like 2017.
yeah, you know, and I get them where it's like, man, I'm not trying to copy nobody, but it's like, you know, this is what you was influenced by, you know.
Assimilation.
Yeah, you know, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, you know, and I think to be able to sound like Kendrick is a high quality of rap, you know, but rapping like that in that particular way, that is because how many of these dudes are they saying sound like J. Cole? You know, I feel like J. Huh?
Damani, the only one that really get compared to J. Cole.
Facts.
yeah, no, I never really heard. But it's also it's hard to. I feel like it's certain rappers like the point you make, and like it's certain rappers where it's like it's hard to even like the skill set is so high. It's kind of hard to. Like, you can mimic Kendrick's voice, but it's hard to actually mimic his rapping style.
But I will say of the like just how if you thinking like I want to go like rapidy rap, a lot of times they go Kendrick. If you think you want to go sing rap, you go Drake. But then then you said with J. Cole, who is like, you know, the greatest rapper of all time, it's just, you know, it's hard to, you know, really get into that same bag like him. That
Wait,
but huh?
Do you say J. Cole is the greatest rapper of all time?
Yeah.
Unironically, like
Oh no, I'm being serious. Yeah, J. Cole.
Yeah. Jelani, just some background. Mo and I would have this discussion going all the way back to like 2017, like around the time of the dang, KOD era,
I don't
where
think I ever heard you say it.
yeah, where like I would be like he would try to make the argument that J. Cole was a better rapper than Kendrick. And I was like, bruh, no, bruh. And then he was like, yeah. Cause he was like, how many songs you like from J. Cole? And I was like, started naming a bunch of stuff. And he's like, how many songs you like from Kendrick? And it was fewer, but Kendrick had like fewer songs out just in general at the time. And he was like, exactly, like you just enjoy listening to Cole more. So like Cole the better rapper. So this has been something that he's kind of been saying for a little minute in different fonts.
Yeah, I've always said Drake is my favorite artist, but J. Cole my favorite rapper. And I just think, but personally, like legit, I think J. Cole, the way his rapping ability, just the way he hops on track, it's not the I'll give Kendrick, he has the creativity. But I think if you're just talking about like a purist of like rap, just the cadence and everything, I gotta give it to Cole. But also the point I was making, I was like, you think about another artist like Jay-Z, you never really hear nobody be like, oh, this person sounds just like Jay. Because I think it's, when you have it is hard to mimic where you're not really taking on a certain flow or a certain like particular voice or anything. It's just all about just like you matching whatever the song needs. And I feel like they're two artists that kind of just match whatever the song needs, but at a high level,
I could argue a couple of these dudes on this list right here
What?
can match some of the people that we talking about.
Oh, bro. None of them can rap better than Cole, bro.
Or Jay-Z.
I don't think, personally, I would say not Jay-Z either. But, I'll say you have a better argument with Jay.
I think Marco Plus can go bar for bar with J. Cole.
I don't know about that one, my boy. Not just that's me though.
No, I hear you. I was thinking about this earlier when I was watching, because I watched the last J. Cole vlog like a couple hours ago. I don't think it's that crazy to say, but like I know a lot of old heads especially going to look at you crazy if you say it, that the big three should be considered now as the top 3 rappers of all time, and everybody else should go after them.
Oh wow, no!
They've been going for 16 years now, and here's the thing: Jay-Z didn't go 16 years in a row. He didn't go 16 years in a row.
Nah, he low key did, bro.
He went like 10, took a break, then came back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't talking about like you had a 5-year period where you was doing features, staying relevant, throwing out singles. I'm talking about 16 straight years of like every time you drop, the world stopped for you.
Jay-Z did that though. Like so Jay-Z.
Where we starting the blueprint?
No, his first album went gold. His second album went platinum. His third album went like 5 times platinum. So he dropped the album every year from 96 to 2003, and his first 2 albums
in 7 years.
Yes, I'm saying, but his first 2 albums didn't go number 1, but all the albums he dropped from 98 to 03 went number 1, and then he came back, but he was off from in 04, 05. He came back 06, but in 04, 05 he still was dropping guest verses and had like hit songs that were on guest verses in 04, 05. Came back 06, dropped the album 07. Both of those went number 1. Dropped 09, went number 1. Watch the Throne came out 2011, went number 1. Magna Carta came out 2013, went number 1. And then he's kind of been retired since then. Like he put out 444, but he hasn't been a full-time rapper since then.
I'm counting 97 to 09. That's 12 years.
Yeah, but he is it's
Okay. All right. Look. I'll give him Watch the Throne because we was all going. Dun, 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 dun. That's 14 years.
but sometimes it's not even the it's the I can't put no. I got Jay number one for me personally. No, but I got Kendrick top 10 all time. And if you, I
Top
wouldn't
10
be
is
mad.
crazy. Top 10 is crazy.
I think Kendrick's top 10 all time.
Okay, what's your top 10, bro? Now I gotta hear it.
I might
Top 10 is crazy,
I
bro.
might have Kendrick at like.
Kendrick is either 1A or 1B, bro. Top 10 is
I
crazy,
don't
bro.
have he still see the thing about Kendrick is that he didn't take 5 years off, but like he had a gap between albums. Like he didn't drop an album from between 2017 and 2022. So he really Jay-Z never had no run in his career before these last few years where he went 5 years without dropping an album.
But he had the smoking on top 5. He had the top of the morning.
Yeah, he had his moments on the.
He had the Black Panther soundtrack in that gap.
No, he did. He definitely had his moments during that time. So it was more like 4 years off, but Kendrick would probably be top 5. Yeah, I got Jay-Z number 1. I probably have Nas number 2 all time.
All right, bro. Hold on. All right, cause we love to do Nas a lot at the top and everything like that. Cause he a legend, Illmatic is sensational. It ain't hot to na. Shout out to Nas, bro. Like, we gotta look at the resumes of these other rappers, bro. Like, respectfully. I seen Nas for the first time last summer at Essence Fest in New Orleans, and like I lost my ish, bro. For 5th grade graduation, we performed I Know I Can. I love Nas. I'm saying, like, I feel like sometimes we let age keep people up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can
So you would have J. Cole over Nas all time.
I'm saying this what I'm saying. I'm saying beyond just pure skill. Because if you go on pure skill, okay, then now you make the whole case for like people like Black Thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, you making the case for like, all the artists that's like not necessarily ever the biggest, but just technical skill rapping wise, they are the best. Like, you have to go beyond that, because if you don't, then can I'm saying it'll be a bunch of people that a lot of people don't know. They'll be at the top of the list if we just going based off of who are the best technical rappers.
But it ain't even discography is a part of why I would have Nas there too.
Nas was quiet for a little minute, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's hard for us to say because I don't know. Nas had he retired for like a few years too. He took a few years off between albums, but even when he came back with Hit Boy, like he went crazy these last few years. But it's hard for me to put them in exact order. But I'd have Jay-Z. I know I would have Jay-Z 1, Nas 2. Number 3, I'd probably have Wayne number 3.
Wayne's run. I gotta say this, because Wayne been popping since the 90s. Hot Boys. I'm a hot. Yeah. Wayne's run was from 03 to 08. 03 to 2011.
I say like 04 to like 04 to like 20, really like 04 to 09. Like once No Ceilings was like the last really iconic Wayne project.
Just what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, the big 3 doing it for 16 years got to count for something, bro.
But it's not just about the longevity. It's like the cultural impact of what you did, and obviously, bro, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I don't have Cole in my top 10, but Drake or Kendrick being in my top 10, they probably both be in my top 10 all time.
That's crazy. Cole not in your top 10.
Cole doesn't make as good of albums as they do. Albums are a big part of what I consider.
Bro, When was the last time you listened to a whole J. Cole album?
But that's the problem. I was a huge bro when J. Cole first came out. Like his first few, I would say up until, and I like Forest Hill Drive. That was a good album. Like that was like the last one that I really was into like that.
You got to go back, bro. The off season is hard for your eyes only.
Individually, system, individually, should pay me, practice me purpose, I'm practicing baby, practice me purpose, I'm practicing baby. Come on.
I think I remember checking out KOD when it came out, and it was cool. It wasn't bad, but like I don't know. I don't think he. I feel like I don't know. I think Kendrick makes the best albums out of the three, and I think Drake, even though he hasn't made a great album in a few years, but like at his best when he's making an album, I think he would be number 2 just as far as making albums, and Cole would be the worst. But Cole,
you got Drake's albums over Cole albums?
Yes, without question, discography wise.
Friday Night Lights, Born Sinner,
yeah,
2014. Drake
Friday
got
Night
3 albums better than those 3.
Friday Nights is a classic mixtape. That's absolutely. What was the one? The warm up. I think that was. What was the one where he's pumping the basketball?
The warm up.
Stop the basketballs at the warm up. That's a classic.
That's 4 right there. You cannot name 4 complete Drake projects better than those 4 right there. You can't.
Take Care. Nothing Was the Same.
All right, here we go, bro.
Nothing Was the Same was
Nothing Was the Same was not even better than Because the Internet. See, that's a whole nother thing. That's
okay, all right.
Before
that's see, but it's I don't know. I guess it's a matter of preference.
No,
for me
keep going. Nothing Was the Same. Take Care. You got 2 more that you got to name that's better than Friday Night Lights, The Warm Up, Born Sinner, and Forest Hill Drive.
He said, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Man, come on.
It's a matter of preference for me personally. I like Drake's music more than J. Cole's music.
Okay,
and I think J. Cole's a better rapper than Drake is. So.
Do you have a 4th?
If you want to, I guess you could say that. So we'll say that for me personally, one of those J. Cole projects is, I guess, I don't know, is better than. I still like those 3 more than I like J. Cole's top 3 projects. For me personally, J. Cole's not whack. I just don't like his. Is not as much. I like Drake's more, but I like Kendrick more than I like both of them.
Said I'll be home for the holiday. If you see me, gotta holler at me. I gotta get about the city before they try to try me. I gotta leave. I wish I could stay, but I'll be home for the holidays. Hey, come on, Mo. And to those that I used to know from way before, keep your head up. Come, let's get this bread up.
Okay, but see, even though I'm saying that I like Kendrick as a rapper more than Drake, I listen to more of Drake's music because it's like he puts out way more music than Kendrick does. And I'm a fan of both artists, but like there's way just song wise, like there's way more Drake songs than there are Kendrick songs. You know what I'm saying? Because he has way more features and mixtapes and things like that. So like I listen to Drake the most out of those 3, but I like Kendrick the most, and J. Cole's the best rapper. Now all you fan bases can be satisfied. I gave all 3 of you guys a compliment right there. Yeah, I don't know if I could do a full top 10 right now, but if we're doing top 5, I would have Jay-Z, Nas, Wayne. I think Kendrick could be 4th. I could put Kendrick 4th all time. And then 5th, I would either have Snoop or Ghostface. I don't know which one I would pick, but like, and the reason why I'm saying Snoop is not because lyrically, like, I don't think he could rap better than anybody on this list, but Snoop is the most, like, Snoop is the most famous rapper on earth for a reason. Like, there's nobody on earth that doesn't know who Snoop Dogg is. And the reason, even though he does other stuff besides music, the reason why people know Snoop mostly is because he did music.
You think Ghostface is a better rapper than Andre 3000?
Andre 3000 never put out a solo album.
You think Ghostface is a better rapper than Outkast?
No. But Outkast as a group is the greatest rap group of all time. But I do think Ghostface has an argument for being top 5 rapper of all time.
I mean, hey, you know, hey, shout out to Ghostface, man.
Snoop Cold.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody, we be here all day. Like everybody, like
no, Snoop go off the top. Like when he do his radio freestyles, when he go off the top, you like, oh yeah. Snoop one of them ones. For sure.
I mean, for Snoop, it ain't even the lyrical thing. For me, it's just the career. Like, you know what I'm saying? What they how long they lasted, how many hits they like. Snoop came out before I was born. Snoop had Young, Wild, and Free when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the longevity of the career.
So what pushed Ye out? Scoopity Poop?
The same reason I can't put Drake, because he has a lot of help writing his raps.
Shout out Rhymefest.
If Drake didn't have help writing his raps, he'd be arguably the greatest rapper of all time to me. He'd be neck and neck with Jay.
I can't go with that. It ain't enough substance in his full discography for that, in my opinion.
But this is my thing with substance, is that people say you don't have substance if you're not rapping about the government or the pyramids or something. Like,
yes,
if you going out every night and you dealing with women and you going to the club and you got rappers hating on you and that's your life, like, how is that not substance if you rapping about that?
What was Jay rapping about in 444?
But that was his life at that point, though. When Jay was young, he was rapping about
Drake is 41.
Yeah, see, and on Iceman, I want him to. Yeah, I definitely want him to switch the subject matter up a little bit. Like, I want to hear more, but at the same time, I can't blame him for when he was in like his 20s and 30s, what he was rapping about.
Drake is definitely 39.
He said,
"Yeah, I did that. I just did the Joe Budden thing right there."
But so, I mean, and I agree to Jelani's point. It depends on what substance. I think everybody has their substance for different moments. Like as you said, with like Kendrick has the substance for, you know, you're talking about like culture and you're talking about, you know, the plight of the black, you know, the black American, you know. But then if you're dealing with women consistently, you're going out consistently, you know, things like that, Drake has substance because it's like you really do feel him on what he's saying. Like he has this one song, Bahama Promises, you know, that a lot of people really rock with. I like the song a lot because I can relate to it, because it's like you messed up, like, you know, he talks about how like you messed up my Bahamas trip. Like now I know I got to leave you at home if I want to have a good time. Now I know that, you know, and it's just like I've been on vacation with a girl and I was like, you kind of blew this for me. Like, you know, but I mean, I still overall had a good time, but you kind of blew this. I kind of wish I would have just left you. And that's the real thing, like, you know. And so that's why I say, like, when you listen to a song like that, if you've never been on vacation with a girl, then it just seems like, what this man talking about? But then when you go through these real life experiences, then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like I feel him, I hear him on this one, you know. And I think that was so much of his music, you know, like Crying in Chanel, talking about how, you know, you're dealing with a girl who won't give up like all the stuff from her past relationships because she feels like I had to fake the funk like heavy just to get, so I'm not gonna give this up, like, you know, stuff like that. And you're thinking like, bro, this is your past, like just let it go. I can buy you new stuff. And you like, and she like, nah, like I want to keep my Chanel bag that, you know, that I sat here and fake smiled for the last, you know, 6 months, you know. But as I said, these are real situations that girls are really doing, that if you're really interacting with these women, you're going to feel that, because you're going to be like, oh yeah, like I get what he's saying, because I know she won't give up her, you know, her Birkin bag that, you know, Gunna bought her, even though I could buy her another one, you know. That's not me, you feel me? But that's like real life situations. So that's why I say it's substance to if you go through it. if you don't go through it, then it could seem like Drake just be sitting here just talking about random stuff. But if you're like dealing with women consistently, because that's what he talks about, like with a bunch of different women and just being out doing stuff like consistently out in the clubs with different women and stuff like that, you're gonna feel like this man be spitting, you know.
Wait, so who's your top 5? Because that's not my top 5 favorite all time. That's just who I would say is like who had the top 5 best careers to me. Like, who's your top 5 favorite of all time?
So my top 5 favorite of all time, like who do I listen to the most?
Yeah,
It would have to be Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Kanye, and I guess it got to be Jay-Z, because would it be Jay-Z? No, Future. What am I thinking? I'm sorry. Yeah, Future.
Yeah, for me, I mean, go ahead and say your shot.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, you could erase my yeah, I'll say my favorite. Yeah, Ye, Jay, Biggie, Wayne, Future.
Ain't nobody throwing Sexy Red in there?
Nope.
She number 1.
Hey,
The Maggots.
I'm trying to hang with a baddie.
And she, every time they count her out, they say she done. She pop up with a new one.
That's talking about the Maggots.
Every rapper MAGA now.
That's deep.
That's a fact. Yo, they just did a stream with a Big X the Plug. He had like a MAGA poster in his crib.
Oh, he too big for that.
You know his fan base is doing. You know his fan base is.
Yeah, when he went country,
Exactly.
he started making them songs with Jelly Roll.
That
man, Big X employee. He went from I'm the biggest, the largest. So I'm the biggest, I'm the largest.
He's trying to get that Shabuzi money.
Yeah, he getting that Nelly money for sure. I'm going Gambino, yay. This fight get tough. I'll put in the big 3: Kendrick, Cole, and Drake.
Right. What Drake songs you be listening to, Rashad?
That's a good point. No, I'm just playing. I'll be listening. I'll be listening to Drake, but no, like, none of the deep cut R&B joints is just like a snooze fest. That's to be boring. It'd probably be like Outkast, T.I. Who I'll be listening to? I don't know. Maybe Chance? No. I'm trying to think of someone who I'll just listen to like their whole career. I don't know too many people I listen to their whole career, to be honest.
You gonna be rocking with Big Sean?
That fizzled out. I
bought Big Sean first album when it came out.
I'm trying to think. Earl? No, Tyler. Tyler might be up there. For sure.
I definitely think you like Tyler's music more than Drake.
Yeah, but Tyler, I wouldn't even like. I went Tyler like the rebranded Tyler.
Oh yeah, I forgot you wasn't. Yeah, you wasn't rocking with Tyler.
Wasn't rocking.
I low key. Yeah, Tyler. The only era of Tyler's career that I kind of, funny enough, is the Flower Boy era. That's kind of the only era when I kind of tapped out for a little bit. But like I was on Tyler from the beginning. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think he was gonna become as big as he.
Yeah, has he become? Yeah.
Yeah, not on some hating stuff. It's just like
his stuff was like he said. His stuff was weird and niche.
Yeah, he was like eating roaches and stuff like that when he first came out.
Well, I mean, I could give you like a favorite 5 right now. Like not all time, but a favorite 5 right now. I can do that easily.
Who your
You
five
want to
favorite?
do that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
We,
probably.
we got 20 minutes. We
I
got
can probably
20
do
minutes.
my current.
I'm gonna do fave today. All right, here we go. Let me put Rashad. I'm gonna go Caribou. That's my favorite rapper. Wait, hold on. See, look, bro, I can't even spell Caribou. That's crazy. Caribou. I'm gonna go Tyler. I'm gonna go Earl. Probably go Mike and go dang. I'll go 5. Probably Snowman to be honest. To be completely honest. All right, let's go. Let's go, Jelani.
Current 5 favorite rappers. Yeah, I go Kendrick. I go Tyler. 5 current favorite rappers. He didn't put out an album in a little minute, but I'll go Vince Staples.
Mm.
I just realized my top 3 is like
Vince Staples. He go up on my shuffle. He come up too much. Like my shuffle made me like, all right, bro. I'm tired of Vince Staples.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Current rappers, man. I feel like if I went through my playlist, it'd be like some current because I feel like it'd be more. You know who I like a lot? I like Rob 49.
Oh, that's different. I see. That might be the first curveball from Jelani. I think
People,
definitely.
I don't know. His rapping style is like kind of throw it off, but I
Yeah.
like it. Like it's I don't know. It's weird in like its own way.
No, I get it.
I like Rob 49.
On that money.
I haven't listened to his last couple albums, but I'll say Earl just because I like Earl, his rapper.
Follow me around, follow me around, shopper follow me around.
I'll say Drake, Future, Cole.
That boy consistent.
Yes, sir. Drake, Future, Cole, Wale, and let's see who's another person I've been listening to a lot lately. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think who would be my last. Let's see. Let's get out. Boss.
Oh, okay. That's different. Yeah, because I be listening to a lot of people, to be honest, as of right now. I always listen to a bunch of people. But I mean, Lareezy definitely honorable mention for me. I listen to a lot of Lareezy.
Yeah, no, excuse me. Yeah, I definitely listen to a lot of different music consistently, but at the same time, what I have like a playlist that I listen to when I wake up each morning.
Yeah.
So, what's in that? Those are like these people are like my main ones. And then I have like certain playlists for like if I'm just chilling, and these people all fit into that as well,
Yeah. I've been listening to like a lot of John P. Key lately. I know it's like left field, but yeah, I'll be listening to a lot of John P. Key.
Hey, so with your favorite artist, can you remember the first song you heard from them?
From a lot of them, yeah, for a lot of them, I can. For the most part, yeah, no, but well, it depends because like Jay-Z, I was so young, like he was already by the time I was like aware of the world, he was already like super famous by that point. So it's kind of hard for me to say like what the first Jay-Z song I heard was, but I remember being a kid when like Through the Wire came out. I remember like Kendrick, I was already in high school by that point. Future, I was in high school. Yeah, Vince Staples like high school, college, like yeah. So for those ones, yeah, I could probably tell you.
What are they?
Oh, we talking about for my favorite like ever or like yeah, we talking about my favorite ever.
Yeah, favorite.
We're not talking about the ones right now, right?
Nah.
Okay, yeah. Can you scroll back up real quick? Oh yeah, first Ye song was Through the Wire, just as a kid. And then I want to say Slow Jams came out a few months later. It was like early 2004 around that time. Jay-Z, the first one that I remember being aware of is like as a little kid would be Ace of the Izzo. That's like the first Jay-Z song I remember just hearing on like the radio or being aware of. Biggie, I was 1 years old when he died. So the first Biggie song that I heard that I remember would probably be like, I remember another kid that I knew growing up. He had like Big Papa downloaded on like his cell phone or whatever, and that was like the first Biggie song. I had to go back and listen to Biggie when I was like a teenager, and that's what really made me get into Biggie music. Wayne, I remember the thing about Wayne is that I was like when Hot Boys was really popular, we was like 3, 4, 5 years old. Like I don't remember when Bling Bling came out. I was like 3 years old. So the first major Wayne song I remember was Go DJ. No, actually, Bring It Back came out before Go DJ. Bring It Back is the first Wayne song I really remember. And then Future, Watch This. I think that was like 2010. I think that's like the first song I remember hearing from Future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, so for me, I remember the first Drake song I heard, I think it was the original version of Forever, which didn't have like Eminem and all them on it yet. I think it was either that or it might have been like City Is Mine. The City Is Mine with one TORONTO. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know that one. That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
But
the first one I heard was a Replacement Girl.
really?
Yeah, but I didn't realize that was him till like a few years later. I was like, oh, that was Drake.
Nah, facts. The way I got put on the Drake, bro, it was like I was at my dad's over the summer, and it was his like friend's son. Like we used to kick it all the time, and then he had put me on to Drake, and I remember I was just like, "Who is this?" He was like, "This is this artist named Drake. I've been listening to him," and I was like, "Okay." And then so I was rocking with him. But what really got me onto him was when he dropped Over. Cause I heard Best I Ever Had, I was like, I rock with it. But then when I heard Over, I was like, who is this? I remember listening to it on the bus. And I remember I was just like, I know way too many people here right now. But yeah,
I remember when that came
out. Can you go back to the list, bro? Cole. I think the first song I heard from Cole, bro, man, I think it had to be, I don't know, what was because it had to be something off of Friday Night Lights. Man, did Blow Up come out before Friday Night Lights?
I think it did. Blow Up came out like 20 because that was supposed to be the first single for his album that didn't come out.
Yeah, okay, so I think Blow Up. I think Blow Up my face.
I mean, not I'm thinking about Who That. My bad. My bad.
Well, I'm about to say it might have been Who That too. Like I can't remember which one. It was one of those two. Cause those were like his biggest like songs. Cause I didn't discover him off of. Cause I heard that and then I went to listen to Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, so it's probably Who That.
Yeah. Nah, facts. And then Kendrick, I never like the first song that I heard from Kendrick was Rigor Mortis. Yeah, and I was just like, oh yeah, he's snapping. And then Ye, the first song that I heard from Ye had to be what was it? Jesus Walks. And then and then Future, I'll say with Future, the first song I heard, it was off of Streets Calling. What's the one with I spent $100 on $100 lineup?
Oh, woke up for breakfast.
Yeah.
I woke up like Hugh Hefner. Oh man, what was that song? Oh man, why is this boy? I know what song you're talking about too.
Was it Going to the Moon?
I'm going to the moon. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Right, yeah. I'm going to the moon. I'm going. It's either that or actually I might have heard Rax.
I was gonna say Rax came out before that, yeah.
Yeah, so actually Rax, but then everybody thought that was YC song. So, but then when he dropped Streets Calling, and I remember hearing that one, I was like, yeah, that boy, he out of here.
Yeah, he had a few songs I liked before Streets Calling, but Streets Calling is what made me that's what made me a Future fan for real.
Facts.
For me, my first Future song I ever heard was, I think it was Magic. The first time I was like aware of Future.
I think Magic came out like 2010. Yeah, like late 2010 around that time.
Hey. My first Ye song, it was my mom told me about him because he was on the Oprah Winfrey show and he performed Hey Ma, Hey Mama. So, and then Jesus Walks was around the same time. Like it was always this thing of like, was Jesus Walks the first thing I heard on Oprah with Kanye, or was it Hey Mama? It was one of those two. So that's the first time I was aware of Kanye West, and it was via the Oprah show, via my mom. My mom actually put me on a Kanye West, which sounds crazy now because like my mom hates anything rap. Gambino, it wasn't a song, it was his cipher. And I've known of Gambino since 2006 as Donald Glover from like Derek Comedy on YouTube and stuff like that. I used to go to my friend's house, shout out Charles. He used to watch Derek Comedy and stuff like that. And it was a cipher. Like I seen Gambino's name in like YouTube comments and stuff. Like back in the days, kids used to type like their top rappers and stuff in the comments section of YouTube comments and stuff. So like I used to see Gambino's name all the time, but I never listened to him. And then this was also around the time of the ESPYs when Will Ferrell went up to accept the award on Tiger Woods' behalf and said he was Tiger Woods. So when Childish Gambino went up there and started rapping under the name Childish Gambino, I thought it was a joke. Like Will Ferrell. No, he was actually Childish Gambino. And I remember texting my friends. I texted Charles and I texted Mo. And I was like, yo, is this the same dude from the TV show? And he was like, yeah. Both of them were like, yeah. And Charles specifically, I remember he said he has a lot of money. so that was that. Shout out my boy Charles. Then I went back in his whole discography after that. Kendrick, the first Kendrick song I heard was probably Swimming Pools on the Radio. That's probably the first Kendrick song I heard. Cole was from Nikenna. Nikenna, shout out my boy Nikenna. He's from North Carolina, and he was like, yo, this is dude from North Carolina, bro. Like J. Cole, he the hottest one. Like he hot, he this, he that. And I was like, okay. And then he played Who Dat for me. So shout out Nikenna. This was before anybody else was talking about J. Cole, bro. Nikenna was early, but he from North Carolina, so he was just writing for his own for real. Tyler, obviously Yonkers. I want to go back to some of y'all's. Drake, I knew of Drake from internet forums. They were talking about who's the top guys in the underground, and Drake was number one. And I remember there was this picture of Drake specifically like leaning back in the back of a limo and stretched out. And the first song was probably successful, but more than likely, like that I was aware of who Drake was and stuff was best I ever had. Jay-Z, cannot tell you, too young, but probably like H to the Izzo or Big Pimpin'. Biggie, like he was already gone by the time he gained consciousness, so probably Biggie, can't you see? Maybe that Hypnotized. I don't know. Wayne, that's a good one. I don't know. Would you? I guess you would say probably back that thing up. Does
Yeah, I
that
guess
count?
if we're being technical, I mean, he was on there. I guess if we being technical, that was probably the first time I heard his voice.
Yeah. He had like 2 lines on there.
He made it count though.
Yeah,
He
he made
definitely
it count. He made it count. But okay. If we're being like a real Wayne song, probably be like I don't know. I don't know the first Wayne song I ever
Go
heard.
DJ was 2004.
What when was Oh yeah, because nah, that's 08. Yeah, so it's definitely probably Go DJ. I'll say Go DJ then. I'll say Go DJ. First feature song, we already talked about that. All right, yeah. Those are all the 5 then. That's
I'll say
everybody.
for me with Wayne, the first song I can think of when I think of Wayne is Bling Bling.
Yeah, I was see that you almost you being like a few months older than me. You probably could remember because that song came out like 1999, like late 1999. So you probably could remember. That's just a little bit too early for me to remember.
Yeah, that Bling Bling had the streets going.
I was about to say 99. I was listening to Aaron Carter, Bow Wow, and Lil Romeo, bro.
Yeah, no, I had a few Bow Wow CDs when I was a kid.
Bow Wow, Bow Wow really one of the ones. You know that.
No,
And I got
facts.
to tell him that. So like I just appreciate that. Shout out Bow Wow, bro.
Nah, facts. When I was a kid, I used to like I used to call like walking around with my shirt off, walking around like a hot boy. And yeah, so yeah. And so I remember being like 5, like actually like, it was like really hot outside. And I'm I'm finna go outside. I'm finna walk around like a hot boy. My dad was like, nah, you can't, not outside.
Keep your shirt on. Yeah, when you leave the crib.
Right.
Well, what's the first song y'all can remember like singing? Because I think I know mine. I mean, beyond like, all right, this is gonna sound crazy. So I ain't even gonna say shout out to the artist. I'm gonna just say shout out to Space Jam. I believe I can fly. But like one song, it was 2 songs that I remember like at the beginning of my memory. Because I Got High, Afro Man, and then the Thong song from Cisco.
Yeah, the first 2 I remember like being aware of and like somewhat knowing, like just knowing the words to like the hooks of the song would be either it was like around the same time, like Trick Daddy, I'm a Thug, and I know, and Ludacris Rollout, that was another one that I remember knowing like super early. And Outkast, Miss Jackson, they all came out like 2001 around that time. So.
The first song I remember singing is "Nobody's Supposed to Be Here" by Deborah Cox.
That's a classic song too. That's a great song.
A baby singing that is crazy.
That used to be me and my auntie favorite song.
That's a good one. Oh, the Seventh Heaven theme song. Shouts out to my mom. We used to be watching Seventh Heaven just for the theme song.
Oh, the Dawson Creek theme song. I don't want to wait.
That's good.
Hey, rest in peace to dude from Dawson's Creek.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, shout out.
Dang, we really went full circle. That's how you close it out, man.
Right.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Is there anything else before we get out of here?
What was your favorite Soulja Boy song?
Oh, it's crazy. I just recently, like a couple months ago, found like a random Soulja Boy song from 2010 that I've been playing like it's new. But yeah, from back in the day, man, bro, Soulja Boy he had a song called Outer Space Freestyle. It was called Outer Space Flow. That was dope. But if we're talking like the classics, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say, either Turn My Swag On or Gucci Bandana.
Ooh,
Pretty Boy Swag was crazy too, though.
Nah, facts. This right here is my swag.
Yeah, he was in his bag.
No, fact. I'll say for me, bro, my all-time favorite Soulja Boy song is "Let Me
Is what?
Get 'Em."
Okay.
True. That video was dope to me. The black and white.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
I used to like that video.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for me, bro. Back then, my favorite Soulja Boy song was "Y'all Trick Y'all," but my favorite now is probably like "Report Card," bro. I like that song. Just makes me laugh every single time, bro. Like he said, he had a 14 in science. Like that was the funniest thing, bro. I just listened to it just to laugh, dog. And then I used to listen to. Well, he has my favorite Soulja Boy dance is "Snap and Roll." It's
Yeah.
Snap and Roll, and then he got another one called "I Dance." I did, I rock, and then I YouTube, I dance. Yeah, like, Soulja Boy got some stuff for sure. Like he got some stuff for sure.
No,
But
fact.
yeah. That was a great question. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bro, yeah, I'll listen to some Soulja. I listen. He's in my my wake up playlist. Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on.
Gotta play that in the morning. That was my ringtone my freshman year of college.
Right.
I can't even blame you. That's a great song.
Bro, what was the last? Okay, so for the longest, I don't know for sure. I remember for the longest, my ringtone was over. Like yeah. I know way too many people here right now that didn't know last year. Blah blah. And yeah, I remember telling people, I'm like, bro, cause you got to think about it, bro. I'm like, whoever calling me right now is like, we in this moment together. Like, no, actually, no, it was show me a good time. What am I talking about? It was show me a good time. Because I'll be like, how did I end up right here with you after all the things that I've been through? Because I was like, bro, you got to think it's like whoever calling me is like, we just ended up in this moment together. And it's like, how did I end up in this exact moment with you after all the things I've been through in life, But but yeah, what was the last ringtone y'all had?
The last one I remember having was actually, we mentioned Big Sean earlier. It was High by Big Sean and Wiz Khalifa.
I thought you was about to say dance.
No, hell no. That would be extra good. I could say that now the episode's almost over. That would be insane. No. No, it was High, him, Wiz Khalifa, and Chitty Bang was on there. But yeah. It was my bad. It was either that or Rollin' by Lil Wayne. It was like 2011 around that time.
G5 sitting on a runway. Yeah.
That was
I don't know if I had ringtones. I know when I said turn my swag on was my ringtone, I meant it was my alarm. Like at 8 a.m. it's like dun, 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 the Soulja Boy like just blasting. And yeah. And then sometimes like I changed it every now and again. So it was like turn my swag on. Then it was like Hollywood from Kyle was my ringtone, but alarm for a little bit. My last ringtone though, I don't think I ever had a ringtone.
Oh dang! Go ahead and get one now.
I don't remember. Nah, my phone still vibrate. Pause.
You already have.
Nah, what's it called, bro? You remember when you used to have to pay for ringtones?
Yeah, that was big business.
No, that's why you had to go. You know what I mean? To the TV. You know what I mean?
Yo, y'all, did y'all ever do that with your voicemails?
I think I did that probably like my first cell phone, maybe.
I never did that with the voicemails, but I definitely did it for like to listen to songs on my phone.
I know they used to have it where as a person is like when they're calling you as they're waiting instead of ringing, you can listen to you have a song for them to listen to. Yeah, I definitely did that at one point.
Cell phones used to be luxurious, bro.
Facts.
That was short lived, but that definitely was a thing where you could set up the song for them when they was calling, and it would announce it too, like that they're about to play this song.
Right.
You know what would be a good ringtone?
What?
I ain't never had nobody show me all the thing that you don't show me, and that's what's over you.
That probably went platinum back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. Bro,
Yeah,
Bow Wow and Marion for sure did numbers in the ringtone game.
yeah, that was like a few years before I was able to get I think I got my first cell phone, and it was like the most basic of cell phones ever. But this was like 2007, I think I got my first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my first cell phone was like a Razor.
Oh, you came in the game on official.
Well, it was my mama phone.
Well, a Razor back then was like low key like having an iPhone.
Nah, facts.
I
Either that
remember
or a
my mom
Sidekick.
had a razor, and I would like just do this all the time, like to my hand to see if it would cut my hand. Like, cause in the commercials, like the razors really be slicing stuff. But
You know, the Razor was official.
it was just plastic. Um, my first phone. See, I'm a little different. My grandpa got me a phone, a pay phone. When I was in third grade, so I had a phone, and then like I used to come over his assistant living place, and he had this buddy over there, and he used to be like, "Bud, how many minutes you got on your phone, Bud?" I'd be like, "I got 20 minutes." He said, "You ain't got no minutes on your phone, boy." And I remember that dude, that dude was a good dude, man. But him and my grandpa, they had a falling out. I don't know why they had a falling out. He's a good dude, but you probably be cooped up with folks. You probably have a falling out with them eventually. Uh, but yeah, shouts out to them, man. That was my first phone. And then my first like actual phone or whatever you want to call it. It's probably like sixth grade, and it was like a T-Mobile joint. It was a flip phone. It was red, and it was kind of fat. You know what I mean? Shouts out.
Nah, facts. Yeah, shout out to the team, man.
Shout out to K Squared as well. You know what I'm saying? Used to be texting all the time back in the days. If you know, you know.
Bro, y'all ever went over your like your daytime minutes and give your mama like a $200-300 bill?
Bro, I don't know if you guys remember this. I had a texting limit as a senior in high school.
I remember that.
I was in line to meet Zendaya, which is crazy, but I was in line to meet Zendaya. And when you in line, you waiting for like an hour or two. I ain't had nothing to do because I can only text for so much. I only had so many texts in a month. So I just had to play a game, and then I made conversation with the white mom in front of me, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, I ran up a crazy bill on my dad's phone one time using this was like 2009 using YouTube on there because I didn't know that they get charged for data for that. So I'm just thinking like it's just on his phone, like it's just free to use. No, bro, no. He had like a $300 bill that month. He was mad.
Bruh, yeah. I had one time, it was this one girl that I was cool with. It was like spring break, and pretty much every day of spring break, neither one of us went nowhere. So we was just talking all day, bro. All day. Bro. So my mom got her bill. It was like $300, bro. And bro, she was just like, I don't even know how this bill got so high. I'm like, man, me neither. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, that's crazy. Yo, it like legit, like I thought she was gonna for sure be able to figure it out, but she just thought it was like they sat there and just ran up the bill. Like, ain't no way, because that was the only time I ever did that. So she thinking like, ain't no way the bill's like this high. Man, AT&T, man, they be doing too much. This one I'm finna go to Metro. I was like, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I don't know why the bill looking like that.
I got a question. What's the latest y'all ever been on the phone with a girl?
Till the sun came up.
I was saying in high school, yeah, definitely probably like 5-6 in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. You on the phone, you falling asleep and stuff.
Bro, I say probably like 7, bro.
You said what?
Like 7.
Like 7? Yeah.
Ain't talking about nothing for the last 5 hours. You ain't talking about a thing from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. Just on the phone.
Facts.
That's real caking right there.
Man, and then that was the one I had to falling out with on the timeline.
Yeah. It'd be like that, bro.
It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, supposed to be on the phone 12 hours and then want to front for the timeline like y'all wasn't on the phone for 12 hours every day of winter break. It's a cold world.
Right.
Wait, is that the girl that you tagged earlier today?
Who? That I tagged
Oh, no.
earlier today.
There was some account I saw you. It popped up on my. I think you meant to tweet.
Oh, that was Anicia, bro. You saw that? Yeah. I tagged Anicia and I said, "Yo, the timeline is like more boring without you."
Oh, I didn't know that was her account. Yeah, I just saw it at random. I was like, I didn't think.
Oh, so it's people that saw that probably thought I was trying to flirt with someone randomly.
That's what I thought you.
Nah,
I was like, I don't think he meant for this to show up on the timeline.
No, like Anicia is like just funny.
Okay.
And then she was off Twitter for like 4 months, so that's why I said that.
Yeah, because her name on there wasn't Anicia. Like
It's a burner account.
Okay, all right,
yeah. So that's why I wasn't responding to a tweet because I wasn't trying to make it hot.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely showed up on the timeline.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't trying to make. But then Caribou retweeted like her selfie, and I was like, "Dang, it's over now."
Right.
Yeah. But that was Anicia.
Okay.
Shout out Nini. But yeah. No. That was the remember old girl from high school that I was beefing with on the timeline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, bro. Back in the day, like especially middle school, I feel middle school, like early high school. I think as time went on, it's like it dwindled a little bit. But yeah, bro, like you just be on the phone all night, all day, just talking about nothing. Like
grown people definitely still do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They definitely do. And I know you from my perspective, it'd be harder now, bro. I just don't be wanting to just like sit on the phone because I guess it'd be different, if I was sitting there like playing the game or something, and then we just having like random conversation about like I guess whatever. But yeah, it don't be happening like that anymore. Cause I guess I've gotten so used to. I'm like, I'd rather let's talk in person, like let's link. I'd rather actually get to know you in person.
You don't be having nothing to talk about in person if you're on the phone all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, slick. And that's why I'm like, let's just meet in person. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can find more. I feel like I just have better conversations with people in person. But I mean, at the same time, I haven't had a situation where I'll just sit here talking to somebody for like hours and hours. It's been a little minute. Like, man, the old girl that I was telling you about with that just went from Detroit down to Houston. Like, I was talking to her and I was like, yeah, I'm planning to come out there and see her. And like I said sometime in March. And then she was like, well, I'm still like I plan on moving out of the place that I'm in out here. So maybe you should come in like April, May. And I'm like, man, so you just want to keep texting and talking on the phone till April, May? I'm like, yo, let's hope I stay interested, Like, relating the power, so hopefully, she don't see this. But I'm just like, but for that's really what I was thinking. I was just like, bro, that's a long time. Like, that's like 2 months. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 2 months of just being pen pals, So
yeah, no, after a certain point, it's like, yeah, I gotta see you in person. I don't really want to do the back and forth too much.
Yeah, but I mean,
the second I flew someone out or I flew to somebody, bro, like that spoil you, bro. It just spoil you. Like I be ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? After 1 week of texting. Okay, so when we gonna link? Like, you know what I mean?
No, in fact, and that's why I'm like, hey, like I'm ready to pull up. I'll come fly out.
Once you realize it's $200, $300, bro, that ain't nothing but stacking away and saving and not eating out for a month. That's all that is. $200, $300.
Bro, the flights I saw was 60.
See, I don't know if I want to do them 60s though. Hey, look. My pops, he flew me out, man. To for a family dinner and stuff like that. And on the way there, it was probably one of them $60 flights. I had to put everything in my book bag. I'm sitting like this. It's a baby that keep kicking my leg. Man, I don't know about them $60 flights. I might as well just put the 200. Let me.
Hey, I'm a spirit warrior, bro. I'll hop on that spirit.
I feel it, man. I like my piece, bro. I pay the extra 100 for the convenience, for the comfort. That's the word.
Nah,
I feel like it'd be more than an extra 100 though. Like I feel like nowadays.
Look. If a joint is $60, right? Say it's $60, but that same flight is 140 with Delta. With Delta, you're gonna get more leg room. You're gonna get good snacks. The people on there are gonna be a little more well behaved. You might have a TV there. Get you the headphones with the TV. You good. You comfortable. You going. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the airlines. I don't want to cut off my promotion opportunities. I'm open to business from everybody. But if it's one of them, they kicking the baby, kicking your leg, the whole you sitting like this. I got long legs, so if I'm on one of them, I know I'm already cramped. I'm sitting like this off the dribble. The baby kicking me, they crying behind me, they crying in front of me because the families. So if I gotta fly 5 people, I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? 5 tickets for $60. I ain't going no 5 tickets for $100. That's crazy.
Right.
So they got all these families here. The babies is crying the whole time. I ain't got no leg room. It's uncomfortable. I just would rather pay that extra 100 to be comfortable, bro.
Nah, I feel it. I mean, if I feel like situation like that would definitely, deter me. But I feel like, man, when I be flying Spirit, bro, it be solid. I'll say Frontier is the one where, that last experience when I was in going to New York, bro, that was horrible. But yeah, but Spirit, I'll say for sure, bro. I've been all around the world with them.
Spirit, I gotta go exit row.
Nah, I feel that.
See, I like window seat.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, I'm definitely window seat for sure. Because window seat, you can get yourself some extra space in that corner. You know what I mean?
That's the only way I can really sleep.
I used to think the owl, but no, the owl, every time someone walk by, it hit your elbow. And then every time someone got to use the restroom, you got to wake up. Nah, window seat is the way to go.
Nah, facts. All right, y'all.
My boy got to be up early in the morning.
Yeah. We gave y'all a bonus 20 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? Foggy, if you please don't block me, bro. Like that's the first time I done text you in a year, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. The album just came out. I just heard the album. I heard John Legend come out. I said, "Oh, he got legends on here." I was excited. Please don't block me, bro.
It was worth the attempt, man.
Yeah, it was. If I get blocked for this, hey, it was worth it, bro. Alicia Keys was on the album. You know what I'm saying? You got legends on the album. Why not? But I appreciate the boys, RB Mo, Jelani in the building as always. We will be having guests soon, so just brace yourselves for that for all the listeners because I know on the live right now no one's on. So everybody that's listening to this part right now is completely the replay listeners and stuff like that. We will be having guests on soon, so y'all prepare for that. And until next time, man, y'all take care of yourselves. 1 a.m. We out. Fellas, let them know where they can find y'all.
You can find us on Instagram at the 1 a.m. podcast, TikTok, the 1 a.m. pod. And you can find me on Twitter, _Jelani, 2 underscores at the end.
All right, and you can find me on TikTok at Rubberband Mo. You can find me on Instagram at RBMO ____. And you can find me on X at at Monos_. And real quick, I just want to say, y'all put some prayers out for my boy David. I don't know if you remember him, Jelani David Williams.
Yeah, David from high school.
Yeah, he got into a bad car accident. And yeah, he got like 6 broken ribs, like fractured a couple vertebrae. But he alive, so thank God. He gonna be all right. But shout out to my boy. Put prayers up for him for speedy recovery. I've been at the hospital. I brought him some Ensure. Had to turn on some Kanye for him. So, but yeah, man, it's but yeah. Last time I saw him, I threw on. I was like, all right, bro. One last song before I go. I threw on "Survivor" by Destiny Child. But
you gotta do stuff like that to try to lift the spirits up.
Nah, facts. But all right, that's about it, man. Hey, y'all boys be easy, man.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was in the hospital and someone played Through the Wire for me, I'd be like,
Yeah, you gotta start rapping along.
all right, y'all. We out, man. We'll see y'all next week. What'd you say, Mo?
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. He was definitely like, I could tell this was like, it was like a moment for him, because I was like, because he was drinking the Ensure, and then like this, like I brought some the second time, but when I first went there, the day he told me about what happened, like he was drinking the Ensure, and I was just like, oh man, you know what I got to turn on now. And he was just like, yeah. And then I could just tell by the way he was rapping, he was just like, yeah, this is really my life right now. I was just like, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You real for that.
No, facts. W friend in the chat, man.
Hey, man, we do what we can.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see y'all next week, man. 1 a.m. pod. Until next time, we out. Peace.
Throw your motherfucking hands.
Get 'em high.